You know, we often hear that spring is the best time to sell a house, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, so joining us this morning, Josh McGrath, the broker and owner of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Central. And Josh, it's so good to have you here.
Well, thank you. It's exciting to be here.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's get into this. Why do you think winter is an okay time to sell?
I think there's a common misconception that spring is the selling season.
Okay.
And what we have learned, statistically speaking, is there are more people that will put their houses on the market in spring, but that also means as a seller, you have more competition.
Oh.
And there are still people who are finding themselves at the end of their lease or needing to move for a job or wanting to relocate for whatever reason at this time of year. So if they're looking, what they're finding is there's less inventory. So as a seller, you actually have a better chance of getting more money this time of year.
Okay.
It's so interesting to hear that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and Josh, what about getting your home market ready? What are some ways people can really get that house ready to show?
You know, when you think about this time of year, especially people who decorate for the holiday season, right, it makes the house feel warm and inviting. So with it getting dark early, people are going to look at properties after 5 o'clock and the house is lit, it's warm, it's inviting, right? It just makes for a better experience for the buyer to come in and see that house kind of decorated, warm.
Yes, it makes so much sense.
So that's going to help. And then things you can do this time of year are, you still want to check your landscaping, right? Because the weather's going to hit it hard. You can still put down some fresh mulch. You can paint that front door. You can, you know, decorate, put out the decorations, make sure the house is well put together to receive people when they come in. Okay. And it does make a big difference.
And bake those cookies, right?
Bake those cookies,
I've always
that's
heard
right.
that that's a good thing to do. Even if they're just the simple ones, you just put them, plop them down and bake them because it makes the house smell cozy.
You can also buy some vanilla and just rub it over a typical light bulb that gets a little warm, and that'll make the house kind of give the same smell without the work of having to heat the oven.
He's telling us
and no calories,
and
right?
No calories, right.
Josh is spilling the tea here today.
He is, yeah.
Okay, so what if someone doesn't really have extra money to get their house to sell? Like sometimes you have to go in and say, hey, let's update this or whatever, but they really just don't have the money.
So, you know, what I've learned 26 years of doing this is a lot of times people think about selling their house, they call an agent, they put their house on the market, but they don't really prepare it to go to market. So what we've done is we are talking to folks about helping them actually prepare their house. So something as simple as having a pre-listing home inspection, where we bring a professional in because we know they're going to find things, whether it's a GFC aisle, a pop-off valve on the hot water tank, handrail on the steps. There are things. We get those things taken care of up front. Then when the buyer does select that property and they have their home inspection done, we're already 2 steps ahead, which makes the entire process a better experience for both the buyer and the seller.
Okay.
And with our new product, we're actually able to pay for that for the seller up front. So there's no upfront expense to the seller. We're paying for the inspection.
How does that work?
So what we do is we go in and we kind of do an assessment with the homeowner. We'll have a professional inspector come in and inspect the property, and they kind of give us a punch list. Then we have contractors that will come in, do all of the repair work that needs to be done, and all of that expense is carried by us as a company, and the seller does not have to pay any of that until the time of closing when they actually receive the proceeds from their house. And in most cases, they're going to receive more money at that point in time because their house has been prepared to sell. So they actually come out ahead on both sides.
That's great.
I have never heard of such a thing.
How is the housing market in our region right now?
That's a great question, and I get asked that all the time. And it is. Last month we saw about 206 homes sold in the MLS in our Charleston market, and compared to the month before, that was down about 30 properties, which isn't unusual for the holiday season. But when you're still seeing between 200 and 300 houses sell every month, that's about 600 families that are moving.
Yeah,
that's a good market, and with rates holding where they are, we expect that to really stay there leading into the new year.
That is great to hear. I know a lot of people are getting encouraged by that.
Right.
Josh, we're going to put some contact information on the screen now. What is the best way for someone to contact you all?
So our website's obviously the best. They can get on there and find any of our agents that work for us there. They can also call our office at 304-201-SOLD. pretty simple.
Make it easy.
Yeah, we make it easy, exactly. And that's what we want to do. We want to make the entire selling process as easy as possible for the sellers, right? Because we know it's a big task.
Oh, it is.
You got people coming in your house, and it is stressful. So we want to remove as much of that stress as possible, and this new product that we have is going to help make that happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, we appreciate you being here, and we hope everyone has a happy selling process with you.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you.